XRP's pumping on some hot RLUSD news. We'll talk price at the end, along with the SEC issuing a new Wells notice. That's right, Gary's not going down without a fight, along with EU members calling for the ditching of the digital euro.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Tell me that doesn't put a smile on your face. And no, I'm not talking about the latest drop on your favorite website that rhymes with schmore and schmub. I'm talking about XRP pumping 12% in the last 24 hours. RLUSD launch? Oh, the market seems to like it. Before we get into that, though, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning of the next video. Scott Watson says, ha ha ha, bring it, Jerome. We're all pretty style hardened and the rest of the world couldn't give a shit what you say and move forward without your dreary, sad man. Yeah, Jerome wants to cool the markets down. I talked about it in a late drop yesterday. Yes, I bring you the news all day long, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. And I'll be honest with you, Jerome is going to try his best to cool the markets down. It's not just the crypto market, it's the stock markets as well. He doesn't want things just going too bullish and then all of a sudden inflation rearing its ugly head. But Jerome, the problem is the reasons inflation is rearing its ugly head again and again and again is because the government ain't doing jack crap-ola about it. The rookie XO says, shout out from the Seychelles. Hello. Klaus, wake the f up, brother. Your alert should be going off like testicles on a bulldog. Ding dong, here we go. All aboard, choo-choo, biz nachos. Yeah, my alerts were totally going off this morning, and the worst part was I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. Kind of overcooked it on my run yesterday, and I could just feel the heat building up off of me. So I'm a little tired today, but we'll get through it. Bitcoin sitting at 107,538. ETH is 4,000. XRP 266. We're going to talk price. XLM's riding a little bit of coattail action on that at 44.8, up almost 9% here in the last 24 hours. BNB's hanging out near 730, while Sol hasn't moved much, hanging out at 222. By the way, Sol's move was early, totally stalled out. Waiting to see if Sol starts firing up again. EU Parliament member pushes for a strategic BTC reserve and says no to the digital euro. The reason they say no to the digital euro is what you need to hear, and honestly, I'll golf clap it right now. French Parliament member Sharon Nafo urges the EU to bet on Bitcoin by building a national strategic reserve while rejecting the central bank's plan for digital euro. A lot of central bank talk today. In a video shared on her X account on December 17th, Nafo delivered a speech in Parliament calling for European nations to start building a national BTC reserve. Hey, wait a minute. She posted this today, so this is hot breaking news that I'm sharing with you. That's right, because news breaks 24/7. This is what she said. It's time to bet on freedom. It's time for our states to bet on Bitcoin, to build national strategic reserves. It's time to develop the mining industry. We do not want this dystopian world where a European bureaucrat will be able to prohibit certain transactions and even eliminate us from the banking system with a click from a simple comment made on social media for stating that an opinion that disagrees with them. Basically saying, hey, look, if they do a digital euro, they will be able to control that money. Yeah, just like they would with a CBDC. And a lot of us out there do not want that. Hell frickin' no. We don't want governments in control of our money because they keep screwing it up. Okay. Anyone watching right now, and I'm going to be paying attention because you know I do. Comment down below if your government is doing a good job with your fiat. Also, comment down below if you believe that you trust your government launching a CBDC or similar product. If any of you say yes to either of those questions, get yourself checked out. Governments are here to fuck us, not help us. SEC is going down kicking and screaming, and they're going after more people. SEC issues a Wells notice to Unicoin amid fraud allegations. Yeah, this is big because they're specifically talking about fraud. That's messed up. Crypto investment firm Unicoin has received a Wells notice from the SEC signaling potential legal action. The notice indicates that the SEC may sue Unicoin over alleged fraud, deceptive practices, and the sale of unregistered securities. The development highlights increasing scrutiny at crypto companies as the regulators' pressures intensifies as their leader is going out the door. Unicorn CEO Alex, not going to even try to pronounce that last name, confirmed that the SEC's crypto legal division began investigating the company in May. He dismissed the agency's claims, describing them as politically motivated and nonsense. He asserted that Unicorn's token is not a security, and the company has consistently reported to the SEC for the past 5 years. The SEC's focus on fraud allegations distinguishes Unicoin's case from other enforcement actions within the incident. For instance, high-profile cases like Coinbase did not center on fraud. I gotta be honest with you, this is a shocker. I didn't think Gensler would bring out anything crypto-related until he, threw his end. But with this dealing with fraud, I think this is why they're bringing it up. Unicorn's flagship product involves a real estate-backed investments worth billions of dollars. The company now faces a complex legal challenge with a December 24th deadline to respond to the Wells notice. What a fucking Merry Christmas. See, that's what pisses me off. Look, okay, you want to go after a company, right? Cool. Let's say a company did something wrong. Cool. No problem. Happens all the time. We go after people all the time. You started going after them in May, and now you're going after them with a Christmas deadline. For real, you think that's what people want to do at the end of the year? I understand people doing wrong, but you don't have to kick people while they're down. And why didn't you do this in, say, November? Why didn't you do this in, say, October? Did you really need 6 fucking months of investigations to do this and come up with a Christmas deadline? Santa Claus says no gifts for the SEC. Right now, we're sitting at 81 extreme greed, and a lot of it has to do with the recent pepperoni from BTC. Altcoin season, yeah, kind of. We're at 62 out of 100. Ripple launching RLUSD, yes. Causing price action, yes. Alerts on my phone going off, yes, yes, and yes. Any action last night for me? No, no, and no. I told you I had a really rough workout yesterday, and I didn't even try. I know. Prude Klaus, what's going on? I can't say choo-choo biznatches if I don't. No, we'll get to that later. The RLUSD stablecoin is initially supported by several exchanges, Uphold, Bitso, MoonPay, CoinMana, and others. Independent Reserve, Zero Hash as well. Ripple officials explained the decision to launch the stablecoin under the NYDFS charter, which is widely recognized as a highly regulatory standard. People are freaking out there, and I've been reading some of the comments and posts saying, dude, the SEC is going to go after him. The SEC is going to screw him. Look, PayPal did the same thing. PayPal went through the New York State financial system. Yeah, that's what they did. They didn't go through the SEC. They went through New York State, and the SEC left them alone. I really doubt, and I'm being completely honest with you, I really doubt Gary and the SEC are going to go after RLUSD because they didn't go through SEC. We've seen plenty of times that states' rights are outweighing federal rights on some of the stuff, and especially when it comes to crypto. And let's be real here, New York is a very prude state with crypto. So some of the experts out there are going, okay, if they got approval from New York, they would most certainly get approval from the SEC. New York is really, really hardcore anti-crypto and super strict. So the fact that Ripple is using the same pathway that PayPal did, and PayPal's had their PYUSD piece of shit for a while now and hasn't been investigated by the SEC, or you haven't seen a Wells notice from the SEC regarding them, tells us that if the SEC is using their brain and being fair, they're not going to go after Ripple. And I know, y'all are right now freaking out, hitting the keyboards, little clackety, 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 going, bro, you trust Gary? It's not that I trust Gary, but what I trust is Gary knowing that if he kicks the donkey too many times, the donkey is going to kick back. And yeah, the donkey's owner is Donald Trump. And Trump's coming in and cleaning shit out on January 20th. So I doubt Gensler's going to put up a fight regarding RLUSD. But if it happens, I'll share it with you because I bring you the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. Are you sad with the XRP price? I sure as hell hope not, because we touched $2.70 multiple times today. Now, we could not hold it. The nice thing is, though, is the touching of 270, which means what? You should touch the like and subscribe button, help push news like this out further out. The nice thing is, though, is we're clawing our way back. Clawing our way back some of the juiciness that we saw in early December. Coolest part about this move right here, right? High candlestick of 272.81 is higher than the December 8th move, which only got us to a high of 269. It is higher than the December 4th move, which is freaking juicy as hell, but it is not as high as the initial move, where we saw XRP touching 290 and not holding it. But look at this move here, right? Look at this move. And let's do this. Let's zoom in just a little bit. Let's go to the 15 minutes. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out because I want to show you what this looks like. This is awesome. Like I said, surpassing this movement right here. Now going on the primary move, the primary big pumperoni that happened in early December. Volume in terms of XRP, absolute freaking explosion. And that's what I've been telling you about. Follow the volume on this. During the week, it's going to be hot, spicy, naughty, and relevant. On the weekend, it's going to be boring AF, kind of prude. We're okay with that. But right now, XRP's volume is up 171% to 18.75 billion. And looking back at the candlesticks and zooming in on this move, we can see exactly that. We stalled out, breaching through the 272 mark, which is okay. This is awesome. This is direct pumperoni news based on RLUSD news. And this pump right here was the announcement of when RLUSD was going to launch. And then the pump on the previous weekend, which was right over here, guess what? That was when we eliminated the news from, yes, the 60 minutes hit piece. So the market has moved 3 times specifically on RLUSD news. Now, in the past, we've seen plenty of announcements from Ripple that didn't move the market at all. Yeah, we watched them. We saw them talk about all ledgers and wallets and all this shit. No one cared. But the market cares about RLUSD. The volume is juicy, and I want to see where this action leads us, right? So the announcement of the date couldn't really keep us at that 250 mark. You saw we tried it, we got pushed down a little bit, and then all of a sudden, launch date happens, and we're like, girlfriend, screw 250, screw 260, we're gonna touch 270. Did we hold it? No, but that's okay, because look at where the fight is. The fight is on the push up, not for the support on the way down. So as long as RLUSD is successful, it appears that XRP is going to be taking juicy action from that, which is freaking awesome. Because we've seen in the past, whenever Ripple talked about their quarterly reports with all the payments they processed and their partnerships, it didn't move the market. But RLUSD moves the market. Not only is it moving the market, it's a direct reflection upon trust. Because as the market trusts Ripple more, they will put more money in RLUSD. Do me a favor, okay? Not right now, but write it down, text yourself this. Look at PYUSD, right? That's PayPal stablecoin. Look at the market cap regarding that. They have been struggling. Why? Because a lot of players out there don't trust PayPal. Yeah, have you seen some of their rules and regs internally on how they've been regulating their PYUSD? People don't want to touch that shit. People don't want to touch PayPal, so their market cap is stagnant. Ripple's RLUSD can't wait to report on the numbers once they start showing up on the screen. And think about that. I mean, like, really think about it. What news out there from Ripple XRP has really pumped XRP over the last couple of years? Like, none of it. We've watched the price be stagnant AF. Ripple announces, oh, big time wallets. Market's like, don't give a shit. Ripple announces partnership. Market's like, we don't give a shit. Ripple announces RLUSD, and the market's like, oh, we definitely give a poopy. Not only does the market give a poop, but all 3 announcements regarding RLUSD have pumped XRP. The approval from New York, the launch date, and the launch date itself have all had direct positive price impacts on XRP. So now we've got more data to tie into XRP. So when we start following wallets and all that kind of stuff, screw that shit. We're going to follow RLUSD even closer because I want to follow the news that makes the price move. Partnership, sure, I'll report it. But have partnerships been bringing us price action? Hell no. Partnerships have been bullships. We've been talking about that. But RLUSD is bringing price action. And speaking of action, I like the move from some Eurozone players out there saying, yo, we don't want that Euro digital bullshit. We don't want CBDCs. We don't want the ability for governments to control us with money. So go you, Chiquita from the EU, trying to limit the government's power because I don't want any of that shit here in the United States. And I don't think any of you out there up north with dealing with Trudeau would want Trudeau controlling your money. Because remember what Trudeau did to the truckers, all the emergency powers he used. Do you want your government with the click of a button to be able to drain the money that was put into your account because it was done through what, everyone? Through either a stable coin government issued or a CBDC? Fuck no. The government has too much control as it is, and we saw in this last election that people weren't happy about that and they voted differently. So BTC and cryptos like we follow are definitely about freedom, and they're also about making money. And right now we're getting more freedom and we're getting more money. And we're getting Christmas really, really soon. And this guy, Santa Claus, might be stuffing his booty down the chimney to deliver you good news. And that's what I'm gonna do. On Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, my promise is to deliver you the news. I want to earn your trust as one of the fastest and most accurate news provider in the crypto space. So even during Christmas, I want to bring you news, and I'm going to be traveling internationally, bringing you the news as well. So help a brother out. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. And as always, choo choo bitches.